Hi, so for my AT book project, I decided to do mine in Spanish and English because I have an ESL endorsement, so I wanted to make sure that this book I could use in the future. And so, what the book is about is just different types of animals, and then it has the Spanish and the English word for it. So, when you open it up, there's a picture of a cow and a giraffe, but then the Spanish word is on top, and you have to lift up the flap to find the English word cow. Same thing with giraffe. There's a bird and a cat and a lion and an elephant, so same thing, all of them have flaps. And a duck and a bear and a dog and a fox. And this book would be good for beginners who are just trying to learn English because it does have their first language, if it is Spanish, on here. So then it's easier they can think about it, and then they can actually visualize what the animal is, and then they can see that the English word is dog. This would also be good to use for just a review for some students who are ESL learners. So what I did for the flaps was I wanted to make sure that they were durable, but if a child did have a hard time grasping, that they could just use their hand to lift up. So all of these are easy. You can just use your hand to lift all of them up. But what I did, so these are foam strips, and what I did was I bent them so they were more durable, and then I taped them on the back. And I like the different colors. They're easily, so you can see that this one you lift up first, and it's kid friendly because it's smooth, so if someone does chew on it or something, it's easy to replace it. So for each of the pictures, I just printed them off, and I wanted to make sure that they were big so students could see them, and I just taped over them so that I made sure that they weren't going to come off. And for the flaps, I had the Spanish word on top and then the English word on bottom. So what I did was I taped the English word down first, and then I taped the Spanish word, and I kind of bent it over and to make a flasp for each of them. So it's more interactive for the students. But 3 things that a child could benefit from this book. It's easy to follow, and it has big font so a child can see the words. Like I said, even if a child isn't learning English, this book could be used for a student that's trying to learn Spanish. You could have a preschooler that, they would love this book. They would love to see the Spanish word for each of the animal. This book is durable, and so the pictures won't come off or the flaps. I made sure I taped them down really good so they were easy, so they wouldn't come off. Lastly, any ESL teacher could have this book in their classroom, and this would be a good review, like I said, for students on their English words. So, yeah, this is my book.